So at the beginning of March, I did a trip down to Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. It's the first time that I've been to Saudi, although I've spent quite a lot of time in the Middle East. So these are just some short videos that I took when I was there. This metro system is brand new, and we've got more of the metro on the way. I did a little bit of travelling around, went to some shopping malls, of which there's a lot. So Saudi obviously gets pretty warm during the summer, so there's a lot of these big air-conditioned shopping centres, shopping malls. This one is at the bottom of the Kingdom Tower, and it's very upmarket. Initially I was a little bit worried about filming, but nobody cares. I didn't see any police, I wasn't stopped, nobody cares. So this is during the day on a Wednesday afternoon. These shopping precincts tend to get busier during the evening when people come out at the end of the day and kind of after evening prayers. And we'll talk about kind of some of the headdress stuff kind of later on. So back onto the tube again. So this metro system is brand new, opened in summer 24. Two of the lines run on Siemens carriages and the rest of it runs on Alstom carriages. Driverless, absolutely. So this is fantastic. One of the metro stations, and they all basically look the same. Really minimalist, and it's spanking new, so it was only opened last year. Very clean, as you'd expect. By the time it gets to the World Cup in 10 years' time, all this will be advertising, of course. But today, I mean, it's pristine. Yeah, so Saudi gets the World Cup in 10 years' time, 2035, and so they've got some changes to do. It's very conservative when you're there, so 98% of the women that I saw had head coverings on or face coverings are full abaya. So this is the National Museum station. Look at that. And it's quite sterile, but there's nothing wrong with it. Kind of some ambition there. So the National Museum was good, as you'd imagine. It had the full history of the Saudi Peninsula before Islam and then obviously after Islam. So assalamu alaikum to my Muslim pals. So the Riyadh that you see in the posters is all 4- and 5-star hotels and very glitzy. But of course, everywhere's got its armpit. And a good place to start looking is by the bus station. So I took a trip down to the National Museum, and then from there it's like a kilometre to get to the bus station, and got to look at the right camera. And then round the bus station there's this whole load of markets and food stalls and old style Riyadh, which would remind you of market areas in any part of the Middle East. In fact, it's a little bit rougher. It's safe, but just kind of dirty, and a weird eclectic mix of Muslim population. It's interesting, fascinating for a Westerner, fascinating for a Westerner. So this is the market area kind of round the back of the bus station, and I've been to loads of Middle Eastern markets if you watch some of my other videos, and they're all kind of a flavour of this, really. I showed this video to my mate Gary, and he said this just looks like Folkestone. If you think of any other market anywhere in the UK, they're not too dissimilar to this. What I didn't find was kind of the fruits and veggies and the meats one. Next time, if I go somewhere else, then hopefully I'll find it. Dead safe, as you would imagine. I was the only Westerner that I saw as I was going round, which was really unusual as well. And then quick spin. This is outside. Again, a big mix of people. Loads of traffic in Saudi. Loads and loads of traffic in Saudi. The amount of traffic here in Riyadh is pretty amazing. So petrol's dirt cheap. Like a litre of petrol is 40p, and there are big kind of 4-lane highways that run all through the city. Look at this. So I'm staying in that hotel over there, okay? But to get to it, I've got to go up to a roundabout and back again. So kind of everywhere's like the A3. The metro was only opened last year in April 24, I think, and hopefully that'll start to take some of the traffic off the road, because this looks unsustainable, to say the least. So then on the Thursday, I did a trip to this place called the Edge of the World, which is maybe 1800k outside Riyadh to the northwest, and it's where this big limestone escarpment runs north-south, kind of above the plain, and it is absolutely spectacular. So I ended up doing like a private trip, me and this German guy. This is a Land Cruiser, and look at that. Now that escarpment goes on for hundreds of miles, and that plain, if you keep on going out west, you end up to, you know, Mecca, and then Medina, and the Red Sea, and Jeddah. And it's really soft limestone, so there's not going to be a, you know, that might not even be there next year. So I'm at this feature called the Edge of the World, which is probably about an hour outside Riyadh, and it's where this long 500-meter high limestone escarpment drops down onto the plain. Sun's just gone down, and in the distance I can hear it. Probably doesn't come up on the camera. Is the call to prayer. Maybe you can pick out the lights just on the horizon in the little villages. And Mecca is that way. Fabulous. So here you have to imagine the Lawrence of Arabia soundtrack, but I can't use it obviously because it would incur a copyright violation from YouTube. But there's a little bit of smoke and mirrors here. It's not as high as it looks. That specific, obviously if you were to fall off it, you'd be dead. And this is me with a pal that I met. I do like a camel, in Arabic a camel, jamel. So yeah,